player props here on PrizePicks for Wednesday, July 19th. Before I get started, link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you guys can use promo code TUFF. There is a 100% deposit match by using that link or using promo code. Discord link in the description. The main server is currently completely free. We also have the Patreon link in there as well, where I do post all the plays here that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. Again, I'm not a gambling expert, and this is not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to then make your own player prop decisions here. Well, let's get into it, you guys. We have the 3 hot dogs here. National Hot Dog Day, I guess, but some nice discounts here. I think best value is Eduardo Rodriguez, in my opinion here. Probably followed up with Luis Castillo and then Justin Verlander. But again, you got to play, in my opinion, again, if you have bankroll to play, you have to kind of play over on all 3 of these just based on the discount. I mean, we're looking at Luis Castillo. He needed 8 to cash previously. Now he just needs 7, 6 to push. Similar to Eduardo Rodriguez, he needs 5. He previously needed 7. And same thing with Justin Verlander. So, but let's get into it, you guys. I got 2 plays here, some kind of weird plays here, but let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. The first one's going to be a hits allowed prop. And we're looking at Ryan Yarbrough under 5.5 hits allowed. Now, this is a super weird one considering like he's not a household name. And I mean, we're fading a relatively young pitcher here. But he's under this line in 4 of his last 5 games. His 1 miss coming against Cleveland, which is the better contact teams, one of the better contact teams in all of baseball, with 6 hits allowed. But you can see here, 4 of his last 5, he's gone under this line. If we take a look at this matchup here, it's, I think, Ryan Yarbrough versus, again, I'm also targeting games that start later in the day. So Ryan Yarbrough pitching at home, left-handed pitcher versus the Detroit Tigers. We take a look at Outlier. Again, there's a link at the top of the description of this video. You get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. In my opinion, the best research tool in all of sports betting. But we take a look at his last 10 games. More specifically, let's take a look at his last 20. I mean, this has a pretty decent hit rate, all right? In 2023, this has a 75% hit rate. Over his last 10 as well, 70% hit rate. Like I said, he's gone under this line in 4 of his last 5, but more specifically, 6 of his last 7 games, he has gone under this line of 4 or 5.5 hits allowed. What I do also like about this play is that there is a chance for Ryan Yarbrough to just not even pitch that long, right? I mean, he's seen, if we take a look at his game log this season at home, he's going to have 3 hits, 5 hits, 3 hits, 5 hits, and 0 hits. And he hasn't pitched that deep into games. If we take a look at his game log this season as a whole, I mean, he's pitched no more than, like, I think 80 pitches in a game. So, I mean, if there's a chance here that he maybe only pitches 4 or 5 innings here, which does help us, I think, on the under. And then taking a look at this matchup versus the Detroit Tigers, it is a relatively strong matchup. I mean, it's versus left-handed pitchers on the road since June 1st. The Detroit Tigers, where are they? They have one of the lower batting average. I guess 249 versus lefties on the road. Wait, let me just double check this here. Yeah, Detroit Tigers 249 lefties on the road. We take a look at their OPS. They're kind of middle of the pack here, 752. So it's a decent matchup here. But I think Ryan Yarbrough, again, he does have some stuff in his bag as far as his pitching arsenal, where he can get guys to swing and miss. And again, Detroit Tigers, not a great hitting team versus lefties, especially on the road. So I like under here for Ryan Yarbrough. I think the odds here for him as well to go under. He's at minus 119 on Caesars to go under 5.5 hits allowed. So could be a weird one here, but I'm fading here. Ryan Yarbrough under 5.5 hits allowed. The second play is going to be a fantasy score here, and it's just one that I think if he sells again, it's honestly pretty crazy if he sells. But I'm going to go with Elly De La Cruz. I gave this play a few days ago. I've been kind of somewhat playing it here and there, but he's been in a little bit of a slump since the All-Star break. I think pitchers are starting to adjust to him, but I think this is his. I think he's finally going to come around tonight. Hopefully he comes around tonight. 8.5 here is too low for Elly De La Cruz in general. I mean, if we take a look at a few things, right? Over 1.5 hits, runs, plus RBIs. He's at minus 165 on DraftKings to go over this line. We take a look at his last 20 games. You can see the green here for Elly De La Cruz. He's been a monster. He's coming off a game where he had 1 hit and 1 RBI in yesterday's game versus San Francisco. So hopefully he is starting to come around a little bit. I mean, if you take a look at his fantasy score game log before the All-Star break, he went up for 21, 31, 15, 12, and 27 before the All-Star break. So we know who Elly De La Cruz is as a player. We know if he gets on base, there is opportunity for him to steal a base, right? I mean, he went 0 for 4 in this game against San Francisco. Still finished with 7 fantasy points. He walked and stole a base and also got caught stealing once as well. And he's coming off a game where he struck out 4 times, you guys. So I think hopefully the coaching staff is working with Elly De La Cruz, trying to get those adjustments made. He is facing Ross Stripling here, who, let's just see, Ross Stripling. I don't think he's faced Elliot De La Cruz before. Yeah, Ross Stripling, obviously, Elliot De La Cruz is a young player, but Ross Stripling not having a great year, 6.11 ERA on this season, a 1.42 whip, is a right-handed pitcher as well, which goes right into this positive splits here for Elliot De La Cruz. He's batting 295 against righties, 348 OBP, 514 slugging, 862 OPS versus right-handers. He obviously hits right-handers quite a bit better than he does lefties, but again, he's a good hitter overall. So I do like Elliot De La Cruz in this game. Again, like I said, minus 165 over 1.5 hits, runs plus RBIs. If he can get over 1.5 hits, runs plus RBIs, and get on base, there's a strong chance he can hit the over on this with his ability to still steal a base on the base pass and things like that. So here are the two plays for this YouTube video. It's gonna be Ryan Yarbrough under 5.5 hits allowed, and then Elliot De La Cruz over 8.5 hitter fantasy score. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these two plays. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.